Jerry Brown here with Jerry Brown Travels.
And Lori here.
In this video, we're going to answer a
Question.
Eric. He asked us.
The question. So we're going to reply the question of Eric.
Yeah, and so every once in a while, we're going to just send out a quick little blast here on a comment that somebody makes that we feel is value to a lot of people. And so what I want to do is I'm going to let you listen to what Eric has just asking us. And so I made a little recording here, and then we'll go ahead and we'll answer that to you. Okay, now.
Okay, listen.
Greetings from Raleigh, North Carolina. Huge fan of your videos. My wife and I are very interested in retiring to the Lake Chapala area. Since the region is so vast, can you suggest particular areas, neighborhoods we should research for homes, condos, apartments to rent before we buy? Any areas to avoid? We want to be close to the action, but not necessarily. And you find decent living with a rental budget of $500 minus $1,000 month? Please note we do not speak Spanish, but plan to learn. Also, do most expats import their cars, or buy locally? Or do they rely on buses, scooters, or walking? Any insights would be greatly appreciated, as we are just starting the research process and a few years away from the big move. Your videos have been a great resource. Regards.
Thank you.
Eric.
Okay, so let's answer Eric's questions here. And so his concern is he's looking at moving down into Mexico. His timeline was about a 4-year timeline. So he's smart. He's doing his research right now. We highly recommend that. Also, if you have the time, actually take the time to come down to any area in Mexico that you would like to live. In fact, pick more than one area and check them out, because Mexico is a big country and there's a lot to see and a lot of places to stay.
Yeah, so all over Mexico have a lot of places to stay. If you don't like Lake Chapala, you can go stay at the coast, or, at the beach. We recommend Loma de Lagos. It's on the coast side. It's close to Puerto Vallarta. It's about 1 hour bus drive from Puerto Vallarta to the north of Puerto Vallarta. So that's we recommend.
So Ajijic is going to be your, you call it Beverly Hills, right?
Yeah, Ajijic gonna be Beverly Hills, because everything here, it seems like a lot of expat living here, so everything was jacked up at the price.
Yeah, and so what? So if you want to live in Ajijic, okay, as an example, let's give you some basic numbers here. So for your rental in there, you're probably looking at, and I'm talking about a nicer place for a rental, okay, plus all your other expenses. Check out some of our videos on expenses and what it costs us to live here, and then we'll explain all that to you. But if they go about 5 miles away, Lori, what about that area?
Oh, that area, you still can find the $500 a month, or you can find like lower price. If you go with the logo, of the rental, like Mexican house and things like that, and you can get the lower price.
So the area that we're talking about 5 miles from here is called Chapala. And so Chapala is going to be a much lower base. So as an example, in there, like Lori says, you probably can get casitas, little houses in there from about a casita, small little thing, maybe $350 a month and up. And so a house that you're going to spend $800 a month in Ajijic is going to be probably half of that. So if your budget is in that category, you want to go in that part. So you can check out that. That's east part of Chapala. The other thing that you ask in that is, how about transportation? Should you bring down your car, or should you buy a car here? excellent question, Eric. And so what we have done, we have our American car. We have a car that's licensed in Hawaii. We have that down here because we bought the car brand new. And even so now it's 10 years old, but it was brand new. And so remember, we've been down here for 10 years. So we wanted to keep that car. So what we have is we have a temporal visa that allows us to drive that car in Mexico. A temporal visa can last up to 8 years. So that's the direction we went. But a lot of people, if they're going to actually live down here, then what they will do is, and they maybe don't even have a car, then they apply for a permanent visa, and then they come down here and they buy a car, a Mexican plated car. And of course, in Mexico, you have to have all the insurances, just like you have in the States and in anywhere else in the world, I should say. And so that sort of covers that. Now, buses, Lori, you take buses into Guadalajara. Tell them about buses and cost.
Yes, about 10%. What do you call that? Transportation?
Yeah, transportation.
Yeah, transportation. I take the bus, it's just local bus. It'll come every 15 minutes. Or if you want to go to Guadalajara, that bus will come every hour. And it costs about, right now it costs about 58 peso from Ajijic to Guadalajara.
So roughly about $3.
Yeah, and then also the bus, in local bus around the town here, it was very easy. You go around the town. Sometimes was 5 peso, sometimes was 8 peso, sometimes was 10 peso. It depends what kind of town you want to go. The bus every 15 minutes it'll come in, in the town here.
So the local bus that runs all the way along Lakeside, so you can go from Ajijic east to Chapala and beyond, or you can come from Ajijic west and the other cheaper areas to live. And you figure about 50 cents roughly.
I want to give you a tip.
Oh,
What is the tip is, Mexico here in Ajijic and Lakeside here, we don't have friendly wheelchair, okay?
Oh, yeah.
You better know about that. I want to tell you about that. No friendly wheelchair.
Yeah.
You walk, you have to have a tennis shoe or a comfortable shoe to walk along the block, along the plaza, whatever.
So then you ask about, you want to be close to the action, but not in the action. And so one of the things that each little town will have its own little charm of, let's say, the action. So there's a lot of little happenings around the plazas. And so if you're in Chapala, you're going to be able to have activities around there. Right on the lake, they have a boardwalk they call a Malecon. A lot of activities there. In Ajijic, we have more activities around expats in that regard. So we have movies here that are free with Lake Chapala Society. We have quite a bit more activities here, again, for more designed towards expats, people that live here that are foreigners. And a lot of people like that action. But again, if your budget doesn't allow you to be in this area, and so you're probably looking at being in this area for 2 people living here, you're probably, on an average, you're probably looking at about $2,000 a month to live in Ajijic and up. If you take that same idea and you go to Chapala for 2 people in there, you're probably looking at about $1,500 a month and up. So you can take a bus in here to be close to the action, and then you can go back to your home where it's quite a bit cheaper. And so so those are ways that you can be close to the action, but you don't have to be right in. Let me just capsulize it real quick. Okay, so if you want to live neighborhood, okay, all the areas have nice neighborhoods. Again, check it out when you get here. And so if you want to be close to the real action, you're going to be in Ajijic. More expensive, if you want to be on a lower budget, you're going to go to Chapala and still be close to the action, which means a bus ride away. Bringing your car down, you can choose, probably come down, and if you're just going to come for a couple months, just come down without a car, fly down, check it out, and you can get the public transportation, convenient public transportation. So there's the bus there. So,
and also it's about your Spanish. You don't need a Spanish speaking a lot, but you plan to learn here in Lake Chapala Society. They have a class of learn how to speak Spanish. And also they have a class of English too.
yeah, so that covers your Spanish part of that question is there. Do you need to know Spanish? They do have Spanish schools and Spanish classes. Lori is taking them.
I highly recommend come and check on your own because Mexico is not for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, some people like it, some people come there, oh, I don't like it. I go back where I live. We have some other YouTube friend, they come to check it out. Said, no, we don't want to live in Ajijic, so we go back to Hawaii. So that's what we highly recommend.
Yeah. That is such an important thing. Lori, I'm so glad you brought that up. I mean, that's 100% because it doesn't have the same standard that say United States has or Canada, anything like that. So you have to get used to that. If that's what you're expecting to come down into Mexico or any other country that's saying that is on the level of expenses like Mexico, Cambodia, Asia, stuff like that, it's a whole different lifestyle down here. And so it's very important. If you come with your expectations of what you have up in the north and you come down here to Mexico in the south, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be shattered because it is so much different. You don't have the internet speed that you have up there. You don't have a lot of the conveniences that you have up there. And you have to learn all new rules, regulations, the laws and stuff like that. They're all different. And it's a very slow process. You don't learn it right away. You have to make constant adjustments to your lifestyle, your schedule, and your expectations. So Lori, thank you for that. That's number
You're
one.
welcome.
Yeah. Okay, so this is our little talk about and answering Eric's question. Hey, if you make comments, I look at them every day. I reply to them, and but if I find one like this that I really feel is important, that's going to help a lot of people, then I'm going to shout out and we're going to create more videos like this to help you. But to
See you in the next video. If you like this video, please subscribe or thumb up or comment.
Yeah, Eric, have you subscribed? Have you subscribed?
If you subscribe, please. If you didn't subscribe, please subscribe.
Yeah.
We need that as a give us the energy to make a video for you. All of you who follow us, very love you and
Thank you for subscribing very much. Adios. Okay, we're going to get out of here. Now, come on, come to Mexico. Check it out. Come on.
I wish I saw your videos a long time ago.
Would you recommend us?
I would.
Just people to subscribe?
Absolutely. Subscribe and like. No, don't like. Like.
See our upcoming videos on Chapala. We're going to feature some homes there to give you an idea of what you can get in Chapala.